Hi guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to do a 2 eyeshadow look for you. I promised to do this a few videos back, and so today is the day. I'm going to be using the Tarte palette, the Aspyn Ovard. I really like this palette a lot. It's definitely a favorite so far. I'm going to put my hair back. Drives me nuts when I see people putting makeup on and their hair's in their face. Oh my god, drives me crazy. Okay, so I'm going to start with a base on my eyes, and for that I'm going to use a paint from MAC. This one is called Bare Canvas. Zoom in a little bit here. Anyway, Bare Canvas, that's what a paint looks like. Paints have a little bit of a sheen to them. They're not totally matte like some of the paint pots. So that's why I'm using this one, because it has just a little bit of a sheen. Anyway, that's what it looks like. If you want something that's closer to your skin tone, obviously, you know, use that, but for me that works. I'm just going to use a brush like this to apply this to my lid. And I'm actually going to blend this all the way up to the eyebrow. It's probably 90 degrees outside right now, and 2 people just passed by the front of my house jogging. Are you asking for heat stroke? Alrighty, now that we have that color down, I'm going to go into the, you don't have to do this is just kind of a habit that I have, but I'm going to take Married Life, which is this matte neutral shade, neutral for my skin tone, and I'm going to just apply that over the top of the paint, just to kind of set it. This won't take all the sheen down. My paints are a little bit older, so I feel like I need to set them, just so that I don't get any skipping here. Alright, so what I'm going to do is take this color here from the palette. It's called Road Trip. It's a really beautiful light brown on a MAC 221 brush. I'm going to start out here and work that through my crease. Now I tapped off a lot of the eyeshadow because I want to start light. Starting light is always the best way to go, because you can build it up. If you start too dark, it's really hard to make something lighter once you've gone too dark. So I just like to start light and then build as I go. Now I'm going to take a smaller brush. I'm going to take a Morphe 507, go back into Road Trip, and I'm going to deepen up the crease a little bit. Just like that, and then I'm going to take it onto the outer corner of the lid here. Then I'm going to take that original 221 and just go right over the edge. And I didn't dip this back into the eyeshadow. Now I'm going to right back into Road Trip. Just going to darken up this outer corner a bit. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and use a liner for my eyes. So I'm going to use Coffee from MAC. This is a dark brown. It's this one right here. So I'm not going to put this on the traditional way. I'm actually going to use a brush. If I can find one here. I have 4 million brushes. I can never find the one that you know what, I have too many. That's why I can never find the one that I need. Alright, so I'm going to take an angle brush here, and I'm going to go right across the tip of the pencil. You don't have to do this. You can just apply it right to your eye from the pencil. The reason that I like to do this, or you can do this, I like to do it this way because it softens up the liner a little bit. It doesn't look so harsh. So what I'm going to do is start out here in this outer corner, and I'm going to press in and pull over. Press and pull. And what that's going to do is it's going to give you a little bit of a wing. Just a teeny baby wing. I don't want anything crazy. But it's just enough to add a little bit of lift to that outer corner. I'm starting to get a little bit of a sag, which really sucks. But that's what happens when you get older. just like that. Pretty easy to do. And I'm just keeping the liner basically to this outer corner. I'm not going to take it all the way through. And before I move on to the next eye, I'm going to use this little teeny brush. This is a Morphe M508 teeny tiny smudger brush. I'm going to go into Road Trip with that brush. And I'm just going to go right into the liner and kind of smudge this right over the liner, just to soften it a bit. Just to soften it even more. Now again, this is not something that you have to do if you don't have the time, okay? You can just stick with the 2 eyeshadows and be done. But if you have a little bit of extra time, you should try this technique here. And you can see I'm taking this eyeshadow in just a little bit further because I want to keep it very soft. Then what I'm going to do now is, because sometimes I can't get as close to that lash line as I want to, so sometimes what I'll do is I'll go in and I'll just smudge the, or press the pencil in right along the lash line. And then the little Morphe brush here, back into Road Trip. I'm just going to press this in over the top. I'm going to hold my eyelid here in the outer corner, and I'm just going to softly blend these 2 together. I'm going to go back into Road Trip on that little Morphe brush. This is the M507. And I'm just going to go, actually no, yeah, that's the one I want. I'm just going to go right in here to this outer corner and add a little bit more. Just in the outer corner here. This little brush is awesome. I really, really like it. Okay, we're gonna leave the eyes alone for a minute. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and fill my eyebrows in quickly, and I'm just doing a very sort of natural fill on my eyebrows today. Nothing crazy or over the top. I'm going to use Brun eyeshadow from MAC, and this is a Hakuhodo eyebrow brush. So basically what I'm doing is I'm just gonna go in and fill where I need it, which is definitely here. And then I'm just going to go right in through here. Now I'm going to take a little bit of Anastasia Clear Brow Set and just set these in place. Set these in place. Set my eyebrows in place. Okay, for foundation, I'm going to use Face and Body from MAC. I've been using this one a lot lately. This is a great foundation for the summertime. It's a great foundation for mature skin, in my opinion. It's waterproof, so you know, if you're going to be outside, this works really well. It's awesome for photography, awesome for outdoor weddings. It's just a great all-around foundation. The only thing is that you cannot build this foundation up. So you could probably build this up to maybe just up to like a medium coverage, you know, in between a light and a full, but you can't build this up to a full coverage. It just doesn't have that ability. You can keep applying layers, but after a while, it's just going to look like you have a whole lot of foundation on without any extra coverage, if that makes any sense. And what I'm doing is I'm applying this very lightly to my skin, so I'm almost kind of feathering my skin with the brush. And I like to start at the center of my face and work the product out. Now there is no SPF in this foundation, so if you're going to be outside and you're not going to be photographed or anything like that, you definitely want to apply some sort of SPF to your skin. Okay, for concealer, what I'm going to do is start with a little bit of MAC Bright Forecast. This is a highlighting pen, but you can also use it to color correct. And so because it doesn't really show up that much on camera, but I kind of have like this bluish purple tint in the corner of my eyes here. And I'm also very sunken in. So because I'm so sunken in here, it kind of creates a little bit of a shadow and it looks dark. Now I'm going to take a little bit of Tarte Shape Tape, and I'm just going to put 2 dots on each side, right over the top of the corrector, and that's it. Then I'm going to take this brush here. It's a Real Techniques brush. I got it in a little pack at Christmas time. There were like 5 of these brushes. They're actually called color correcting brushes, but I like to use them with concealer. What I'm going to do now is apply some mascara, and I always skip this part because you guys know how to put mascara on. Eyelash curler and my most favorite L'Oreal Lash Paradise, and I'll be right back. Alright, mascara's on. Now I'm going to go ahead and set my under eye area with a little bit of this It Cosmetics Bye Bye Pore. I can't wait till I'm done with this. I'm so excited. I'm almost there. What's funny is I feel like this bronzer here, this one that I've been working away at for a while, I feel like these two are going to be done very close to each other. Although I used this yesterday and it crumbled, so I might end up getting rid of that much sooner than I thought, because once stuff starts to crumble and it becomes messy, I'm just not interested in it. Alright, I'm going to set right in here, and I'm using a MAC 133 for this. Alright, and then to powder all over, I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder. And I use One Fair. And to apply that, I'm going to use this brush. This is a 130, I think, or a 138, I don't know. The numbers have come off, or started to come off. I really, really, really like this powder. This is something that I will continue to buy. If I didn't have any, you know what? I would be happy with just this and my Laura Mercier powder. This one is by far my most favorite powder out of all the powders I have. If I had to give up everything and only keep one, this is the one that I would keep. For bronzer, chipping away at this, it's happening. Look at that, it's on its way out. Makeup Revolution Ultra Bronze. On this old brush. This is a crown brush. This is an old one. I wish I had a bigger brush in here. I didn't bring a bigger brush in here. This is going to act as my blush. Maybe I'll actually use the blush in the Aspyn Ovard palette, which I never do. Some around the hairline. And then I like to go right along my jaw too, and also take it down my neck. My face is darker than my neck, which doesn't make any sense to me because I do use SPF, but it doesn't keep my face from getting color. So I have to take the bronzer down my neck a little bit. Alright, and then I think I will take some of the blush. This is called Made You Blush. Same brush, and I'm seriously just going to tap it in and bounce it here. I am not a big fan of blush at all. I like bronzer because bronzer you don't have to be so precise, but blush, you kind of have to be careful with blush in my opinion. So I'm just going to put it right here. See, I barely touched it into the blush, and it's still, it looks like too much to me. I don't know. And then for lips, I'm going to use Spice Lip Liner from MAC and Boy Baked Cream Sheen from MAC. And because I'm not using a lipstick, I'm just going to kind of lightly fill in with the liner. And then some gloss. Alrighty guys, so that is it for today. I hope that you like the look that I came up with. This palette is awesome. I know a lot of you already have neutral palettes. I honestly don't have a whole lot of neutral palettes, so this actually fits into my collection very well. I use this all the time. It sits right on my desk. I always reach for it now. Like since I purchased this palette, I've used it just about every day. Well, every time that I put makeup on. I just think this is a great palette. Whoever came up with the color combinations was brilliant in my opinion. The highlight is really nice and so is the blush. I like this better than the Swamp Queen palette that I have. Graveyard Girls palette. I like this one so much better. I actually have only used that Swamp Queen palette twice, I think, since I've had it. But this one is definitely a big thumbs up for me. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in on my eyes now so you guys can get a look. I think this is a really pretty look. I like it a lot. I really, really like that eyeshadow palette. Alright guys, so that is it for today. I'm already working on ideas for the second video, but if you guys have any requests for color combinations as far as 2 eyeshadow looks go, please leave those down below in the comments. So that's it you guys. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. Have a great day and I will see you all again very soon. Bye.